I want to go back to the beginning. I understand that Seth approached
time?
you. No, this project.
Oh, this project.
Yeah.
So this isn't Cosmos. We're not doing Cosmos. Okay.
No. Seth approached you.
Yes, Seth and Evan, his producing partner, called me about the movie to direct, and asked me if I wanted to direct it. And I've never said yes faster to anything.
Is it just that simple? They're like, hey, you want to direct this?
Yeah, it kind of was like in this situation. You know, I loved the idea, and even before I'd read the script, I kind of had an emotional way into the film. And I've wanted to work with Seth forever. We're old friends.
You have a history with him.
Yeah, we worked together on Undeclared. We were office mates, and we wrote scripts together at that time and had a great time working on that. And then for literally no reason, didn't work together until now. So yeah.
What was it about the story itself, though, that you liked? I mean, other than Seth and his connection to it.
For me, I mean, obviously there's a marketable premise and a premise that had a lot of comedy inherent in it, you know, that was going to create a lot of comedy. But for me, it really starts with the emotional, like, center of a movie. Like, do I understand it? And on this movie, I've had a meltdown twice in my life. Once was when I graduated from college, and the second time was when I had my first child. And so that was a big part of it for me. Was that way in.
You really kind of connected with the couple who was in transition, let's say?
Yeah, but I honestly connected with Zac Efron's character as well, both because of my amazing good looks and also,
That's obvious.
Yeah, obviously. But also, like, I had a similar kind of meltdown, when I was graduating. So it was a very similar feeling of lack of control.
And you and Seth are good friends, but I feel like in this movie, even though it's not an action-adventure movie, you're trying to kill him a little bit. like he went through it.
Oh, yeah. No, I push it. We wanted to push it hard, and make it feel... I wanted the movie to be funny, but also tense and a little scary and, like, suspenseful. And that was, like, a big part of it for me, because I knew I could get the jokes, but I was like, if this movie isn't suspenseful, the audience will lose interest, even if it's funny. And so that was a big part of me.
I mean, when he's going through the ceiling,
yeah,
I was like, even with stunt people, at some point Seth gets hurt.
Yeah. No, he would. When we looked at those things online, and in the YouTube clips, the guys who get shot into the ceiling don't stand up.
No.
It's like a borderline snuff film.
And there are quite a few very intimate scenes between Seth and Rose.
Yeah.
What is that like on the set? Because I feel like...
Well, it depends. Yeah, on this movie, usually it's like a closed set and everyone gets quiet and weird and I have to pretend to be sensitive and care about the actors' feelings. On this one, they just didn't care. Like, I would be like, okay, we're doing this thing, and Seth would be like, all right, and take off his shirt, and, like, Rose was like, oh, okay, what do you want me to do? And, like, there was no, like, they just, like, I think they're really, like, comfortable with each other, and they also trusted me, and, like, they're also really not that... They just don't get nervous about that stuff, and because we were going for comedy more than like intimacy, maybe like that was part of it. But they went very smoothly.
Yeah, they told me that it's easier when you're doing a comedic sex scene versus an intimate one where you're supposed to be sultry and alluring and all that.
Yeah, I could imagine that would be harder, but like with this, I would just be like, okay, Rose, take that, take the spatula and hit Seth across the face. She'd be like, okay, and just start hitting him. Like, there was no conversations about it.
You're like, Rose, you're now riding Seth.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, no, she was just riding him, just totally normally, and like, there was no. It's always a little different with each movie, but like on this one, that they were like any other scene.
And talk to me about working with Zach. This is his first R-rated film, I think.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah,
I
think Awkward Moment might have been R-rated too, but yeah. But yeah, it was great working with him. I will say that this did happen a few times to me. I would be giving him a note, and I would look up at him, and I would lose my train of thought
because he's so pretty.
Because he's so gorgeous. But like that was the only difficulty of working with him. But he was awesome. He brought it really hard. He was great at improv. He was great at he was kind of scary in the movie, which is important. There was like a Cape Fear kind of aspect to it. And he was great. Yeah.
I feel like you have to have a talk with the cast and the crew though before he takes his shirt off.
Oh, yeah.
To tell everyone to act like it's normal.
We have smelling salts on set, just to make sure in case anyone faints, yeah. Yeah, no, there are some scenes in there where we're like, how is that a human being? Like, I don't understand, so yeah.
Made in Hollywood.